HeirLight is now available on the Apple App Store. Today is my mom's birthday, and I built this app for her. About 8 months ago, we had a conversation that made me realize that what was holding her back in living life to the fullest wasn't the lack of resources, but rather it was the lack of clarity of where she stands today and what it would take for her to live out her bucket list. And so HeirLight began development as an inventory app. And after a few rounds of iteration, we realized that with all this inventory of her life's assets, her relationships, and her bucket list, we can actually create a will. And so that's what we did. We turned HeirLight into an estate planning app through conversations and not legal jargons. When you first download the app, you'll be greeted by Faye. Faye is a firefly that we imagined, and Faye would be your personal assistant in walking you through the process of creating your will. Now, if you completed the will readiness quiz on our website, then all your information will be preloaded into the app and your preferences will be known to Faye. If you didn't, we'll walk you through a series of onboarding questions so that Faye can know how quickly we should push you to the finish line, or should we take our time and explain all the details and define the best practices for you. Either way, we're ready for you. Though HeirLight can technically create a will for anybody, we put on guardrails, downloaded the entire probate code state by state so that we make sure to flag anything that requires more attention. One of the breakthroughs we had while developing HeirLight is we realized that this is a non-urgent and non-top-of-mind task for most people. And so instead of trying to get all our users to list out all their inventory and their relationships, a task that could take forever to try to be complete, what we instead want to do is get users to tell us who are the most important people, just name a few, and what are the most important things that come to mind. And if something doesn't come to mind immediately, that's okay. We cover the baseline. We want to get someone from 0 to 1, from not having a will to having one, having some clarity. And we prompt the questions about health directives and durable power of attorney. And we break it down into simple conversations so that within a 30-minute time span, you can actually export a will that will leave you better than not having one. And since HeirLight is a year-long subscription, as soon as you export your will, you pay, and you get unlimited revisions for the rest of the year. You can come back to HeirLight anytime you think of something specific that you'd like to update. And then you can just go ahead and tell Faye, and Faye will update it into your will, and you can export a new one. And so we hope by changing the process from a very long survey or a lot of legal forms into a conversation for intelligent Faye, that this would help most people get through the process of creating a will. And remember, at any given point, you can stop and ask Faye for clarifications, for best practices, for trade-offs. What would happen if I did this instead of this? And Faye would just simply answer you the questions with a guardrailed probate code in plain English. And we hope that this app will help millions and millions of people create their will. Here at HeirLight, we believe that having clarity is the first step of living a full life. Thank you for being so early in the journey, and I hope you enjoy the app.